welcome to your commencement. So, it is my pleasure today to introduce our student speaker, Pampa Raffin. Pampa has a fan club. Pampa is a graduate who has truly defined what it means to lead with purpose during his time at Midland. Pampa graduates today with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, concentrating in data analytics, alongside a compressed major in financial services. Hailing from Cordoba, Argentina, he has brought his drive to our campus as a dedicated pole vaulter on the track team. He's showcased his leadership and intellectual power as a student hall director, president of Global Warriors, and a voice in the Student Senate. He's a busy guy. A multiple-time award winner in FBLA, his journey at Midland is a testament to resilience and the transformative power found in embracing new challenges to serve and lead in our global community. Pampa, it's all you.
Let's see. That's good. Let's go. Well, thank you, President Ali, members of the Midland Board of Directors, deans, faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, my fellow graduates of the class of 2026. Thank you for the honor of standing before you today. To our professors and mentors, thank you for pushing us to look beyond the textbook. To our families, where you travel from across town or across the world, thank you for being the foundation upon which our dreams were built. Today is our celebration of a job well done and a moment to recognize the path we all have walked together. For those of you who don't know me, I am Pampa. I have come from almost the end of the world, all the way from Cordoba, Argentina, to Fremont, Nebraska. Often, people have asked, from all the places I could have chosen, why did I choose Midland? My answers always changes, because sometimes I cannot fully explain the path that led me here. However, I can tell you it was the right decision, and there was a reason behind it. I remember my first day at Midland. I walked through that door to my left with my coach under the United States flags. I stood then in the empty gym for a while, paralyzed by a mix of fear, amazement, and excitement. I did not know then that this gym and this campus will eventually become my home. But that feeling of standing on the edge of the unknown is one we all probably share today to some extent. In those early days, my confusion was easily as large as my amazement. I believe there is a specific kind of vulnerability of being in a place you have never seen, in a country you have never visited, trying to navigate a language you cannot yet dominate. It was a challenge that felt heavy at first, but as the time passed, the strange slowly became familiar. I found myself surrounded by a group of friends who quickly became a new family here in Nebraska. For those of us international students who stayed on campus during breaks when the dorms emptied and everyone else went home, that bond became our lifeline and our strongest support network. We learned that community is not about where you're from. It is about who stands by you when the world feels quiet. Where you came from right here in Fremont, from California, or from across the ocean, we all eventually realized we were not here just to attend classes and go back to our dorms. We were here to live, build our future, and enjoy in community. As the semesters passed, the fear that once filled our first steps on campus began to fade. I find it interesting how our minds work. The things that once felt extraordinary and exciting suddenly became normal. I'm sure we all reach a down point where we doubted our choices. After all, it is the story of every student here who had to balance the art of being involved in athletics, the arts, maybe a part-time job, and all with a full course load. In between these moments, we fill our days with new friends, parties, some volleyball outside, and some of us even fell in love. There were also moments of confusion, injuries, failed exams, stolen cars. However, we never gave up. We kept pushing through because we knew we had to keep fighting. We had to learn to rely on our coaches, professors, advisors to keep us accountable when moments got tough. We had to strengthen our faith to keep walking God's path. One night, while I was doing RA rounds late at night, I realized that what once felt like a huge campus was starting to feel smaller every day. I got to know every corner of it, every hall, and I started to fill every space with stories. I eventually understood the truth behind it. Midland wasn't shrinking, we were growing. We were all expanding our boundaries at different paces and in different directions. We were pushing past the limits we had set for ourselves on that very first day in this gym and the opening convocation during the Warrior Welcome Days. We were learning how to lead in this war with purpose. We have learned that leadership isn't just about the big moments on stage like this. It is a decision to keep showing up and pushing toward your goals, even when the initial excitement has disappeared. Today, I believe we can say we have finally outgrown these halls, not because they are small, but because we have become big enough to take on the world beyond them. As I stand here today, I can finally understand what a friend told me after his graduation 3 years ago. He looked at me and said, "The day you graduate, make sure to bring your family here, so they can live this moment with you. What we are doing here is huge for them, so never forget where you come from." After all we have lived through here, it is easy to diminish the importance of what we have accomplished. What once was a distant dream has now become our daily norm. We are already so focused on what's next that we tend to forget the path that brought us to this point. But we must remember that no one reaches this stage alone. I promised my friend I will bring my family here from Argentina, and today they are finally here to meet my other family, the Warrior family that has become my home away from home. So, to our families in the stands, thank you for your unwavering support. Especialmente a mi madre, a mi padre y a mi hermana, que están por allá sentados. Gracias por venir hasta acá desde tan lejos. To all the faculty and staff, thank you for seeing our potential even when we couldn't. We have learned that true stewardship is about honoring the people who invested their time and faith in our journey. To close, I want to look back at where this journey began. For inspiration, I went back to my Mid 101 archives and found our very first assignment called My Warrior Story. I want to leave you today with these exact same words I wrote as a freshman almost 4 years ago. It says, "I still have to figure out so many things about living here, and I have no doubt that we will have to overcome so many barriers from now on. It will not be easy, but we can do it, and we have to fight for it, because we're warriors now. We always were, and we are stronger together." Thank you.
Thank you, Pampa.